Welcome to the front, me commandos. I'm Nico the Iron Elf, a war elf forged in
Yoink.
the fires of battle. Today we are doing Armchair General, a series where we look at military equipment, war tactics, and modern combat developments. And today we are joined by Yog and Chiggy. Hello, hello.
Howdy.
Hello.
And we have Reek. What's up? What's up, Reek? How are you doing? Yeah. And Soltaire, French bread. True.
Yoink.
Oh, I think my hat. No. How's everyone doing? Everyone looking forward to Friday?
Oh boy. What a day. What a way to start the week. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
end the week.
And Vonosaurus, hello, hello. And Sanguine's here too. Let's go.
It's a little silly.
Bro scanned me. He wasn't
Friday.
ready.
It's not. It's the Twitch. Twitch is still broken. Still broken, guys. It's not me.
Wasn't me.
Hello, Kenan. All right, so today we have a lot of updates. We did a bit of the Iran-Israel stuff yesterday, so we're going to start today with Ukraine stuff. So
A palate cleanser, if you will.
Yeah. So first is the Dnipro offensive. This is so hard to say. The names are just getting longer.
I would say just say Dnipro. I think Dnipro is correct, right?
Okay.
Dnipro, yeah.
Yeah, Dnipro. Just say Dnipro. Just say Dnipro, Oblast.
All right. So the tank regiment has crossed into the Oblast. So they now have a new route into the area, which is not good.
No, this is, as you can see right there, the 80th Red Banner Tank Regiment, who normally flies Soviet colors, has reached Dnipro. This is only from one bit in the south. The next one, if you go to the next slide, there's two entrances. Two different divisions have made it in.
So they attacked from the north and the southern along the highway.
Yes. We don't know what the outcome of this will be. I imagine most likely I don't know, actually. Honestly, I've heard rumors that Vladimir Putin has said that they are allowed to go into the Oblast, but I imagine that's yet to be seen, if it makes any sense.
Yeah, I have some slides later that their priorities are elsewhere.
Yeah.
So, speaking of, we have Sumi. So, Sumi, ever since they changed their tactics, they've been doing significantly better. They haven't been using the heavy equipment. They've been using motorcycles and ATVs. And their goal is still to get within conventional artillery range of Sumi.
I want to disagree. I think they're going for Sumi. I think they're going to go for, I think they're going to try to get the outskirts of the city.
Yeah, that's they can't take the city yet. They have to, it's step by step. That's a later goal.
But I mean, actually enter in the northern suburbs.
Oh, okay, that's ambitious. Mackie,
okay.
Hello.
So, if you go, okay. So first, let's go over what has happened. So, Sumi has been a big point of contention for the Ukrainian army this week because there has been a lot of basically slinging around as to who's to fault as to why this offensive has not been slowed down. There's calls of corruption. There's blaming that there hasn't been enough fortifications made because as you can see, this is just I haven't there two more villages were captured between the time this was posted and this photo. This village right here, I don't know the name of it, and another one right next to Univa. But essentially, Ukraine is trying to. The Ukrainian army is sort of blaming around.
Okay, and then the battle for Yukonivka is in Sumi, so they're on the brink of capturing that city. and that will be a good staging ground for them to push outward once again.
Yeah, this
And
is
then
actually where they pushed from Kursk into Sumy.
Okay.
This city, this little village right here. So if it's taken, it's actually a big supply hub to Sumy City.
Yep. All right, and Jungle, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're doing Armchair General, Chloe. How are you doing this week, Friday? So, Russian forces advanced in the orange area. Why, Jungle? Why? Please. But they attacked Sumy with long range artillery missile strikes. So the Ukrainians did a drone strike on their base of the 112th Missile Brigade to halt the bombardment of Sumy, and we do have video of that. So they used a drone attack on it. You'll see it at the top of the screen.
Okay,
right
I was
there.
just curious if it was. Oh.
Oh man.
I was just curious
Chloe,
if it
why?
was like a mail drone or just a suicide drone, but it looks like a kamikaze drone.
I think it was a mail drone. It was kind of big.
No, but as you can see, it crashes into the building. It's a suicide drone. I was just thinking. I see Ukraine really has not used any mail drones in a while. They're. I cannot pronounce the Turkish name of the drone, but the TB2.
I see stuff
if you know
throw
what
it,
I mean.
streamer. I see
I have not seen any footage of that being used yet in a long time.
Okay.
I think they've just moved away from that.
Alright, so here they're talking about the corruption. No bunk, Jungle,
It's
please.
a little bit of ambitious corruption. May I?
Go ahead.
So, multiple Ukrainian ministers have accused the government of allowing Sumy to be captured despite the claims of a counteroffensive. So, Zelensky this week said that there was a counteroffensive going on, but the next day, geolocation of pictures of Russian troops moving forward showed that the counteroffensive has either failed or really wasn't as big as he had claimed, etc., which has caused Ukrainian ministers to accuse the government of corruption, claiming that they are allowing the oblast to be captured. Mariana Beluska has an interesting take on this. She is an MP of the Ukrainian parliament, has stated that the Russians' latest offensive in the region is not towards Sumy, but towards Kiev.
That's okay.
So, she is claiming that because they are 300 kilometers away from Kiev, that's the next way to go.
I feel like that's not what's happening. Male drone this, male drone that. Where's the female drones? Bro, they're everywhere. There's so many female drones. Oh my goodness.
Male is just medium altitude drone. That's all it means. It's just medium altitude. It doesn't mean it's not like gendered drones.
Wait, are you? I thought for the longest time I thought it was the size of the drone, like the male and female tanks back in the day. They used to say that.
No, it just stands for medium altitude, long endurance.
Oh.
Anything that goes over 12 hours is considered a male drone. So, Iranian ones like the Mujar 6, the ones that only go 12 hours, is like the low end of that. But the high end of that is like the U.S. drones that go for like 120 hours.
Yeah. Male and female tanks is different in guns? Exactly. I just thought the male drones were bigger.
No, that's not.
Chessy VR. So they're continuing their push through the city. The Russians are, and now they have the southern micro district.
Yeah.
So,
actually, some Ukrainian troops have been reported to be surrounded in the southern micro district.
Oh.
I didn't get a confirmation of that, so I'm putting that as like air quotes.
Mm-hmm. They did call him Tank and Tankette, but now it's Tank and IFV. That's a good point.
Infantry fighting vehicle.
Yeah. So In the Chessie VR, the Russians have been making use of fiber optic drones. They have that new giant spool. So the fiber optic makes it so where they can't be jammed with traditional methods. And the Russians are also using electronic warfare to prevent the Ukrainians from counterattacking with their drones. So in this area, the Russians have the drone advantage. And that will be hard to beat.
Do you think there's going to be photos of like fields full of those wires?
Oh yeah, I think they're already starting to get there.
I think those photos are awesome. Like I
They're
legitimately
scary.
think those are the
Yeah.
okay. I'm a psychopath. I think those are so interesting to look at.
So also in Luhansk and Donetsk, the main focus of the Russian army is to capture the Luhansk Oblast in its entirety and go as far west as possible. And because of the success they've had in Sumy with the tactics, they've switched to also using motorcycles and ATVs.
I have heard that Izum, they're getting close to Izum again.
Uh-oh.
As you can see, there's a push into it. I don't know how successful that will be, but I think that will definitely be a determinant to see how effective the use of motorcycle is.
Yeah. And then here we also have the highlighted areas that have moved really, really fast, mostly in Sumy, and that's because they've been doing it for a few weeks with the motorcycle stuff. And I think this next week we'll see kind of similar things maybe happening unless the conditions are different. I don't really know how they're set up over there, but we'll see next week.
Yeah, it really depends on Dnipro, how far they go in there, because if that oblast is basically an empty field.
Mm-hmm.
So if, say, they break through and they start pushing in there, they could unironically start pushing very deep into Ukraine. I don't know how far they could get, but Donetsk and Luhansk are more industrial areas with a lot more urban centers. So it's going to be a little bit harder. It's going to be a lot easier to push through just empty field.
Yeah. Okay, and then next we have a close up of the Toretsk in the area, where they are just gaining a bunch of territory. So they've pretty much secured most of the city. There's a little bit in the south here, but I don't think the Ukrainian supplies are going to support it, especially when this rail is kind of guarded against. They might have this road here, but it's not. You don't want to get caught on the wrong side of this river.
It really depends on how fast. I know, like this front has been closing significantly faster than expected, so it really depends on. Send your cooking to to break their morale. Cooking. Oh no!
No, my cooking's good, guys. Please.
Just trust me, bro. It's good.
Yeah. Tiggy is here for the other part.
Yeah, he's
Don't worry
an
about
expert
Tiggy.
on
Tiggy will
Iranian
chime in
stuff.
when Tiggy's ready.
Yeah. Yes.
All
So
right,
this is my.
Yeah.
Yep. Continue on.
So they have started to restructure, kind of how they store things ever since that one drone attack with the trucks. And they've actually decided, hangars are a good idea, and they started making them in there.
Yeah,
they have
so
bunkers for their planes now.
Yeah, so reinforced hangars have started to appear in a lot of Russian fields now. So better late than never, I say. But it seems as if this is going to become the next strategy. Is, oh no, we need to defend our jet fighters. Let's just put it in. Let's do what NATO's been doing for like 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, it works.
That's typical Soviet shit, where they're like, they don't do something until it costs them like $7 billion, and then they're like, dang.
Yeah,
Maybe we
but
should
now
fix that.
But now it's like, okay, now it's gonna be very hard to break that shit. It's like, dang it, now it's gonna be really hard.
Yeah.
Next one is yes. So this is a radar ship. Someone has snuck photos from the Zalviv. Sorry, the Zalviv shipyard in Crimea. Someone has noticed there's a radar boat being set up. This radar boat is an electronic warfare system that is designed to stop drones and to confuse cruise missiles. The reason being is this is where Russia's newest aircraft carrier is currently being built.
Oh, this boat looks like ass, though. This looks like shit. Oh my god.
It's a barge. What do you mean? It's just a barge with like electronic warfare systems on it.
Bro, this boat's the worst boat I've ever seen.
What do you mean? You're acting like it's supposed to be pretty. Like what? Do you want it just to be like a laser air defense system? No, dude, it's literally just a thing to just, if a drone tries to come by, it scrambles it and blows it up.
I guess. It looks so ugly, though.
1,000-kilo bomb upon the...
Yeah.
Now, so the reason why this is set up is because Russia has an aircraft carrier being built in Crimea. If it gets built, it will be the biggest ship they have built since the Cold War, over 30,000 tons. That's almost as big as a Kiev class.
Okay.
But, and here's like a, if you go to the next slide, here's a photo of the ship itself, currently under construction.
Oh, okay, so kind of this, big
Yeah,
boat.
so we don't really have any photos of it yet. I wish someone would sneak in and take a photo of it. I want to know if the flight deck is done now. It's pretty in my heart.
No.
Thank you, Canon. The radar boat is pretty.
So this is big. Look at how many meters this is. So this whole area is 220 meters approximately, I'm guessing, from here to here.
Yeah, it's
and
pretty
it
big.
fills most of it. Huge.
So it will be a mix of a aircraft carrier. It will carry 15 to 20 helicopters, infantry fighting vehicles, tanks, and apparently drones and, if they're able to, fixed-wing aircraft. So it would be the next generation of Russian aircraft carriers to replace the Kudzev.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Ukraine has switched their targets to try and destroy the Russian drone production. So they're going after fiber optic batteries and microelectronic factories in Russia. And they're trying to slow down Russian production of their drones and fiber optic drones because Russians have reached over 2,000 a month. They make 2,000 of them every month, and it has been very hard for Ukraine to fight.
I was hearing 300 a day, 2,000 a month. That's pretty good, but I was hearing 300 a day.
Ooh.
I could be 100% wrong.
Yeah. This is just an estimate, too. This could also be a wrong estimate.
That's fair. I was like,
I think it's about right.
Yeah.
All right. And they have a few new drones.
Yes. So, we have the V2U AI-powered kamikaze drone, which Russia has been using in Sumy to strike targets. Basically, they are autonomous. They are AI-powered, and they fight and just strike targets. Essentially, you just launch one off, and it goes up and blows up like a tank or something.
Okay.
So like these are very dangerous.
The AI takes over and then heads towards the target.
Essentially, yes. Essentially, there is no. How do I explain? There is no there's no guide. There's no GPS guidance. You just launch it and it goes. Oh, there's a tank-shaped object. It probably gets like Ukrainian-shaped objects and goes nope.
Very interesting.
The next one is the jet-powered Jaren, too. They actually posted some photos of it and being launched for the first time.
Everyone with a TSS SCI SAP, whip out your PP. Oh, no.
Already out. Hell yeah.
The OPSEC goons are back. Oh, no. The meme is being psyoped. Watch out. Right. Oh, is this just a picture?
Yeah, I was gonna say I couldn't get this information in time. This was a Ukrainian intervention. There was a new Russian interceptor drone. I just forgot to add it in, but this is a Russian FPV drone carrier base edition, basically a small version.
Oh, so it has the drone on top, and it looks like another drone on bottom. I can see the propellers. So
So essentially one drone is just a bomb, just blows up, and the other drone takes off, and also does FPV stuff.
Cappy member, thank you for the follow. Welcome.
Hey.
All right. Ooh, the Portuguese are making a new boat. So that's pretty cool.
A drone carrier.
Yeah, this is what I was saying a few weeks ago, was the carriers are coming in full force. It's the age of the carrier because the drones are making it so that everyone can afford one.
Yeah. Also, you're going to see more smaller aircraft carriers. This is only like 7,000 tons. So comparing it to the Russian one, like one's 30,000, this is 7,000 tons, and it's going to be used by like the Portuguese Coast Guard to help with humanitarian missions and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're building this in Romania?
Yes, Romania. Surprisingly, Romania is the one building it, yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Alright. Iran got Pantsir S1's air defense, which they kind of need. I mean, their air defense seems like it sucks really, really, really bad, given recent events.
They have an abundance, matter of fact, of S300s, some older THAAD systems that were pre-developed in the early 70s when Iran was still a somewhat decent republic. Mm-hmm. And then they bought S400s and I believe 5 or 6 S500s from Russia.
None of those have been delivered yet, but I know the S300s are there.
S300s have been there for a while, and they've completely failed to intercept almost everything Israel took at them.
Yeah. Well, apparently what I found out is Israel had apparently Greece had an S300, and that's how Israel's been able to get around them.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, S400s, they were able to see the 35s because, low frequency. However, to actually get any type of target lock on them, they got fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On top of that, Mossad and the Israeli commandos were infiltrated prior to the start of the strikes, which ended up giving the opportunity to Israel to preemptively hit all of their air defenses and the ballistic silos that prevented a launch from immediately happening.
Yep.
I did look it up. So Iran does not have S400s. They have
So
their
they just
own.
bought them.
I was going to say, they have their own version. It's called the 373, which they claim is as good as an S400.
Yeah, we know how that is. Like their originally developed jet, which is just a repainted F5. Yeah, fuck off, Iran.
No, I actually have a photo of the 373 later on, but I was going to say, they were testing that last week. They were testing that a few weeks ago, and somebody noticed that it had an S300 radar system helping it, because apparently the S300 launchers were destroyed by Israel, but the radar systems and everything else was fine.
Okay.
That tracks, honestly.
Yeah, they have not received any S400s, and I don't believe an S500 would ever receive. Like, S400s are being used to like scare jets.
To scare. That's the key part, to scare.
Yeah, in Ukraine, basically to be like, ooh, one's coming your way. What was the last thing hit with I think the last jet that got shot down from Ukraine that wasn't by a manpad or another plane was by an S300, but it's been so long.
Okay.
I like to remind Elf the video I sent him earlier of the Frogfoot shooting down his wingman with the rocket pod. Fucking hysterical.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Can I put that? Let me grab that video and then.
That was really funny because the other guy was just looked back at him like, "Wait, are you fucking serious?" And he's like, "Sorry, wasn't paying attention."
Bro, getting in trouble.
Yes.
Bro is being sent to Donetsk.
No, he's being sent. He's getting demoted to fly Yak 130s.
Okay, where is it?
You're flying the trainer jets. Wait, Iron. Can I add that in real fast?
I'm pulling it right now.
No, something else really funny.
Sure.
Iran and Israel actually fly sort of the same jets.
I mean,
So,
Iran has the F-14. That's kind of cool in my book.
well, no, what I'm saying is they fly the same exact trainer. Like, it's hard to explain. They fly the same type of trainer jets. So, Iran has the Yak 130, and Israel has the Italian M32 something. It's like it's very similar. They're the exact same model, but it's really funny if you look at the difference because I added it to the last slide, so in case you want to put it in. But
I've got the video of the U-25s.
Su-25s.
Oh my god!
Look at this. Look at these guys.
Look at these goobers. God, why? Why are you shooting at him? What did he do?
Did you find out to meet you?
No parachute too.
Oh my god! Wait, what's that?
Yeah,
right
he's
there?
like 5 feet from the ground. Why are you shooting at him? Like that was so funny. Like
This
that
might be a parachute right here. But yeah,
oh yeah,
what the
that's
hell?
a parachute. But I want to imagine just the other guys just like, wait, what? No one's here.
I will stay on my topic.
Okay, go to Iran. And, I think we have one more thing about Russia to go through real fast.
Okay, let me switch it back.
Yeah, so after I originally put the Pantsir S1 thing like earlier this week, but about Japanese oil.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not good.
For the first time in 2 years, Japan has started to re-buy Russian oil.
Yeah. It says in here that they do have a waiver, but it's still not good. Maybe OPEC will do something about it, but probably not.
So funny. Japan gets a waiver. Everyone else is like, no. Japan gets waivers, though. I imagine it's some...
Well, think about it. We take such special care of them. They're like, hey, you want to do something? I got you, hun. And the rest of the world is like, they can't do that. And America's like, fucking do something about it.
That's our baby.
No.
Do something about it. Touch my boats.
Uh-oh. That's scary.
Touch my Japan.
Yeah. They, weirdly enough, get along with Russia pretty well, which is weird.
They get a wrong. They get a wrong. Fuck me.
No.
They get along.
Yeah, they get along.
Fiscally.
Yeah.
Fiscally, because raw material imports from Siberia.
Yeah.
Like fiscally, it's understandable, and Russia still controls the Northern Islands chain.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I just imagine
it makes sense.
Yeah, they're just friends. They're just like, hey, everyone's just ignoring everything.
Yep. All right, so we're back on the Israel-Iran update. So I'm thinking that the main objective was not the nuclear facilities, but the Iranian leadership and the scientists. And I saw somewhere that they took out like 6 of the top scientists, and then these guys also. So
I think the last confirmation that I saw, it was 3 scientists. And 6 military leaders and 1 politician.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so their command is kind of messed up right now. Yeah, the Revolutionary Guard commander's gone.
Yeah, the curse of
Soleimani Air Force is gone. Yeah, it's... So, their ability to do the proxy war stuff is going to be kind of crippled for a while. So it might be the nothing ever happens, bros. I keep saying nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, nothing ever happens.
Yeah, because they got gigabombed. What do you mean?
Nothing ever happens. What do you mean? We just wiped out their leadership.
Right?
No, I could just replace them with another guy. Don't worry.
So that's what Kunihani did. He replaced the IRGC commander, which that guy's probably gonna die next, and the commander of the emergency response forces in Iran.
Yeah.
That'd be really funny if they're like far more effective than the other guy. Like they're like, all right, I got this, guys, and they just like do a
Solemni was
job.
as effective as Soleimani in his ability to provide like proxy warfare through Hamas and Hezbollah and Boko Haram in Somalia. He was extremely effective in, like, for what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
As far as him being useful anywhere else to Iran, I would say that his death will not be noticed as much.
Yeah. That explains the recent
I don't know.
Haram stuff, huh?
I might be wrong, but that line of thinking where they're like they're just gonna replace the guy and nothing will have changed kind of irritates me. Where it's like, well, we'll fucking kill that guy too. What do you mean?
Well, that's why I'm saying like the emergency forces commander killing him immediately impacted their ability to respond with force on force. However, replacing him, it doesn't matter because the fact that now Israel is starting to kick up the offensive again, the next guy is going to get schwacked unless they already have their forces in the air and on the ground, which it seems like it's just a missile launching competition, and Israel is currently dicking them down.
Yeah. It's like people aren't replaceable drones. They're like, hey, their differences, like, you know, it's not the same as just replacing a cog. That's not how it works.
No, I get you. I was gonna say more of. It really depends on how the next couple of strikes go between each other, because as you wait, is this Tel Aviv? Are we looking at those ones next?
This is Tehran, I think.
Okay, so I can save that for later.
So this is the aftermath of one of the strikes in Tehran, where it's kind of on fire.
It's kind of on fire.
Yeah.
It's only been hit with a few missiles. Tehran is okay. It'll be perfectly fine. It is okay, Habibi.
We've downgraded Tehran to Detroit level. That's what Israel did.
Actually, I think I'd rather be bombed
than live in Detroit.
In retaliation, Tel Aviv was also struck with retaliatory strikes, and I think they went after Iron Dome components, command centers, and the Defense Ministry. I don't know about the Defense Ministry. I just heard about it.
Yeah, that's the one I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, the Defense Ministry was hit, according to Israeli and Lebanese sources, which is huge because I feel as if Israel sort of exists in a state of nothing like this would ever get hit, if that makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they prepare, but they sort of, I feel like in the back of their minds, most Israeli commanders are like, it's never. So to actually see it get hit is pretty intense. Like, that's a pretty big hit, but we don't know any damage to it. For all we know, it could have just hit the coffee room.
Yeah. Oh. On Telegram, as of 17 seconds ago, they're saying that there's another wave of strikes hitting Eastern Korea.
Nice.
Oh, I thought you said Israel. I was like, wait, now?
Yeah, right now Israeli strikes hitting Tehran, apparently.
Oh, okay, that's whatever. I see air defense footage too of hitting drones, so it looks like they're not like. I feel like they're kind of half-assing it right now.
Yeah.
Just hitting it with.
I would like to point out that the joint project of the 35 upgrades between the U.S. and Israel has proven to be extremely fucking effective in laser designation for specific targets. To be able to hit in a certain apartment in a certain building in the middle of an urban area and choose a specific fucking apartment to vaporize, impressive, fucking beautiful.
Yeah, that is ridiculously hard to do.
Or the drone-shaped hole into someone's house. That was pretty funny. I ain't gonna lie.
I know.
Wait,
the guy next door is like,
it looked like a fucking Looney Tunes cartoon.
Yeah, wait until the lasers, and then they can just burn a hole in the side of the fucking apartment.
Well, you're gonna have to laser over Iraq, though. You're gonna have to go immediately over Iraq to hit Iran and Syria.
Well, one thing we learned from Hawaii: if they have a blue roof, the laser won't work.
Oh.
Oh
Good to
God.
So this is a video of the Iron Dome firing at incoming missiles. So there we go.
I think he missed one.
Okay.
No. Got it. Come on, guys.
And that's why you go to your bunker.
I love the guy also just like filming out like, no, I got this, loud explosion, I got this.
I need a shock.
You have to appreciate the fact that the fucking Mad Lad went back after the fucking bomb blast cleared.
I know. No, he had to get that shot. He had to be like, you know what, I gotta do this.
Understandable.
The money shot, it's always worth it.
Have you guys seen the footage of the guy filming like missiles getting hit and he just gets hit by a car?
No. Jeez. Don't stand in the road.
You guys haven't seen that yet?
No.
Oh my god, it is so funny. There's literally a video of a guy like filming it and he gets hit by a car. So let me send it to you in the voice general. You can use it if you want, but it's really funny.
My favorite funny haha moment is also a lesson, a very important lesson to Teacher Joe's, that if there's a bomb going off in the distance, it's a very, very big boom. You stay behind your cover till after the shockwave and the blast effects hit, right? This dumbass was peeking behind a tank and he had his camera in his hand. He's watching the blast go off. And lo and behold, a fucking 100-pound piece of debris comes flying at him at fucking Mach 2. Almost takes him out.
Oh, he just like me. I go, look, it's over there.
You just wiped out your side of your skull. You're like,
all right, guys, have an ibuprofen. I have a headache.
Just give me some Benadryl, boss. I'll be fine.
Yeah. All right, so there have been approximately 200 ballistic missiles, probably more by now.
Yeah, probably more by now.
And counting. We just put and counting.
Yeah, and counting.
And the IDF is claiming 12 hit, but I don't know if only 12 hit. I haven't watched all the videos of every single one to confirm or deny. So I'm just going to say at least a dozen hits.
Jungle, why?
And we have hits in Tel Aviv, Haifa, Beersheba, Jerusalem, and funny enough, Yemen hit Palestine earlier today. So a Yemeni missile, I guess, missed and hit Hebron in Palestine.
Okay.
In the arms of the angels.
Crazy how quickly they keep telling their citizens to clear out from the shelters after each strike. It's almost like they don't care. I mean, it depends. It depends. I mean,
this is also common occurrence in Israel to get bombed.
Yeah. They probably have their routines and they're treating it the same as if Hamas was lobbing little rockets at them or something. Which it's not the same.
Which is funny because I saw a picture of a guy who's like, oh my god, this Israeli man got hit. He was drinking his tea outside. And I'm like, how are you not like in a shelter? Just wait. Like, how are you sitting outside just being like...
Yeah.
After, speaking from slight, maybe even partial experience, after a certain point of taking IDF, you just don't give a fuck. I remember towards the end of a vacation that I kept hearing a certain alarm go off, and at that point it was like 2 a.m. I'm like, you know what? If it hits me, I don't care. I'm going back to bed. So I completely understand for people that are under constant fucking barrage.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever.
Yeah, I think with go ahead.
Yeah, continue.
I think with the new strikes, they're kind of relearning that because they've been getting the little rocket like in RPGs from Gaza and whatnot, And they're like, it's nothing. It makes the street. We have to repaint the street when that hits. And it's like, the new ones are hitting from Iran. And it's like, oh, that's a ballistic missile. That's way scarier. I'm gonna stay in my bunker now.
I'm pretty sure you saw the ballistic missile that hit in Ukraine. That looked
Yeah,
like a fucking lightning strike from heaven. That put some
exactly.
fucking fear in my bones. That is fucking horrifying.
That's what's crazy. It's just like people don't understand. A ballistic missile is a million times worse than like a drone the size of a car hitting or a bottle rocket from Moss. But like,
Yeah.
I feel like people just don't get it. Like, people don't understand. It's actually very hard to intercept a ballistic missile. Like,
Yeah.
you need layered and layered and layered defense. That's why, like, when Isanders hit in Kiev or Kharkov or Sumy or Kharkiv, people are just like, oh my god! But I guess Israel just assumes it's going to be the same thing as like a Yemeni missile hitting. No, imagine 1,000 of those hitting.
Yeah.
Yep. And even then, the United States ourselves, we don't have as many, high ballistic interceptors as we would like because they're fucking expensive, and you have to shoot a few of them per missile.
Yeah,
it's a little intensive.
Yeah, wait,
it is.
I'm not a missile nerd by any way, shape, or form. And I would fucking look at HLC's videos because he goes into like extreme breakdown mode of air defender capabilities. And some of the shit I'm learning myself, I'm like, fucking going into that rabbit hole of just air defender stuff. You realize how complex the Iron Dome actually is. It's not just fucking layered defensive missiles. It's a series of intercepts, radar sensors, satellite sensors, and sweeps. And the idea of the Golden Dome, for example, is just that on fucking steroids with space lasers. Fucking laser beams.
A fictional example would be in Broken Arrow. Once a cruiser, they're almost impossible to shoot down. The event the anti-ISIS fails to go. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you're right, because it's like everybody just kind of assumes air defense is literally just the SAM system, and anytime anything ever gets past it, they're like, wow, that must be a shitty SAM system. It's like, no, air defense is a completely complicated and insane thing to do. Like,
so a trip down memory lane. Back in the good old Reagan days when shit started to go real downhill. Reagan had the great idea to sign off on what is called the Star Wars project.
Yeah.
This was basically a giant laser defense system that wanted to get implemented to intercept intercontinental ballistic missiles as they launched, or to fry sensors, right? But we didn't have the power sources for that during the time. Fast forward about 25 years, Japan gets their hold on a few things. Korea and Taiwan also become somewhat involved. And then America and Israel start really pumping money into this, because we are pro, LGBT here, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, General Dynamics, Texas Instruments. Yeah. And so as good corporations as they are, they went ahead and started developing some wild fucking shit. One of these things was a giant fucking laser we could shoot off of our Arleigh Burke class ships. And Nico, I think you've shared that picture with me before as well. Well, one of these giant fucking laser beams can also go on the nose cone of the C5s or C-17 Galaxies.
Oh.
Basically giant cargo planes with batteries inside of them to shoot lasers. Pretty fucking neat.
Yeah, imagine if the plane can like see it with radar, it can shoot it down. Just that's where we're headed.
I know. Remember you were sending me all the hype about a Ukrainian system, and like think it was like the British one, but it was like in the back of a van.
Yeah.
I saw a new video this week of a new Russian system being trained as well, because apparently what they're doing is they're testing multiple systems to see which one's the best. And notice a lot of places are doing small scale laser defense systems to try to do drones, but what you guys are talking about is like big ones for cruise missile and ballistic missiles. I think that's gonna be like that's next, but I think what's gonna be really valuable in like a field to field system is going to be the drone laser systems.
Okay.
The Bradley, my beloved, getting another upgrade yet again.
Uh,
That
What
thing
if
is gonna
please-
look fucking wild if you've seen it.
what if they
Please
make
stop
like
capture. Yeah.
a R2D2 style trophy system that goes on the vehicles and it shoots lasers at stuff?
Lol.
So the French company, what are they called? Fuck, what was their name? I know Rheinmetall and the French company, Rheinmetall from Germany, and there's a French company using patents from England that were sold to them to actually develop that exact system you just described. It's going to be put on IFVs.
Let's go.
What was it? I sent you one. I know there was like an experiment on there was an infantry one that I sent you. I was like, wait, was there? No, that was just of an infantry like laser that could shoot down small FPVs. Oh, the Osprey back in action. Yeah, we need 50 of those back. Come on, guys.
Speaking of
So
sci-fi stuff, they could also do the I don't know if you've seen it, but like the little green goblin glider thingies. That could be the new airborne.
Oh god.
Oh, I've seen them, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Let me yell at Maxi for a bit. So Maxi, I forgot who makes the Ospreys, but they are making an engine version of that rather than a propeller system, right?
What?
Yeah, they're making a turbine version of the Ospreys, and you know what I got to say to that? That sounds safer than what it was. Because as someone who has almost died on a Marine Corps Osprey, I will say fuck that thing entirely. I will never get on one of those as long as I live again.
I was gonna say Ospreys seem so like every time I see something at Osprey, it's like, dude, just use a big helicopter. It's like
There was nothing wrong with the Chinook.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
like,
my favorite.
They're like, no, we have to use a big stupid dual wing one to look cool when we fly over, and it's like,
but
oh gosh,
It looks cool, but sunken cost theory.
What's the largest helicopter right now? MILV-12. Oh, sorry, MI-26. Just build like
box helicopter that the Russians have.
Yeah, it's like just build 50 of those. Stop being cowards and stop being afraid to just build a giant one. Come on, guys.
True.
Build a giant one.
So the Iranian missile ranges are as such. So most of their stuff, I actually don't know how many of these they have for each missile type, but only their good stuff can reach Israel. The other stuff isn't long enough range.
Yeah. I've heard, according to Wikipedia, they have over 3,000 missiles, but I kind of don't believe that.
True.
Okay, so I'm hearing, let's see. People are saying anywhere from 3,000 to 200,000.
That's a significant margin of error there.
They're probably also including short range.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm seeing 2 million in some sources.
Yeah, so
that would just be like they're counting like a Hydra rocket equivalent. They're like that
the
counts.
fucking the BM-21s.
Yeah.
I'm seeing like 2 million. I'm like, there's no way. Like, they have 2 million. Like, how the? Okay, but I imagine Iran probably does have enough to sustain constant strikes on Israel for the next year.
Yeah.
However, I feel as if they won't be able to give them to their proxies in Yemen and Iraq.
True.
And funny enough, I think the missiles they've given to Iraq sort of are now close to the same range Saddam had. So it's like, that's really funny to think about.
Yeah. And then here's their air defense range. Go ahead, Chicky. What did you see?
A few days ago, when they were pulling guys out of embassies, I was alerted because one of my teams got moved.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh boy, what the fuck did I miss? And that's when I saw the talks started getting posted by our wonderful president, who just loves to post on Twitter all the fucking time. I was like, oh, okay, so Israel's gonna fucking do something silly by Sunday. That would be my guess. By Sunday, Israel's gonna do something fucking silly. And then I woke up the next day, I was like, oh, well, shit, I guess they're doing it now.
Yeah,
because they moved the guys out of the Bahrain, the U.S. embassy in Bahrain, Qatar, in Iraq. They started moving those guys out.
I remember I saw the pizza tracker go hot, and I'm like, guys, something's happening.
Yeah, he's like, can you send me the pizza tracker? I'm like, all right, motherfucker.
Yeah. He's like, guys, something's happening.
I blame that one on the parades. I blame that one on the parade this weekend. By the way, Nico, you know this. You know this. It is the Army's 250th birthday.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Brits. We made it.
Deserved.
Oh gosh. I forgot to include that. Like, for Israel, there is popular mobilization forces and Islamic resistance in Iraq also do have missiles and like tanks, but I imagine that Iraq would not let them fire from there.
True.
For Israel, there is
the Iraqi government is kind of upset about all this right
and,
now.
I know
they're extremely concerned why all the Americans are leaving suddenly.
Yeah, that'll
wait,
do it.
guys,
wait,
stop!
No.
Get back here!
That's just like Afghanistan saying, "Hey, can you put your airbase back, please? Thanks." It's like, what? What do you mean?
The craziest thing about that entire situation is all the Taliban guys coming full circle. They're like, damn, it was just better when we were fighting. This sucks. Having an office job fucking sucks. Bring the Americans back, but that was fun. Like, what the fuck, man?
I was reading something. The Taliban went to the Russians to get pansiers, and the Russians were like, "What? Wait, you guys want like what?" And they're like, "Yeah, we kind of got to do something. We're kind of bored."
Yeah. Bro's like, I remember we used to fight the Americans in the mountains, and we would go weeks where we would eat once a day and all that. And they're like, cool, can you bag my kebab to go? And they're like, fuck you.
I used to be Minister of Defense in my home country. Would you like mayonnaise on that?
Sammy, welcome to the stream. Hello.
Gosh. It's really fun. I'm trying to fucking find some missile ranges for Iraq, and it's like all it's giving me is just stupid. I hate when nobody makes infographics.
Yeah, they're hard.
It bothers me more than anything.
Yep.
I like it when no one makes infographics because then I can make it myself on a map.
Well, I do that too, but it annoys me. It's like,
thank you for the head
I'm like, can I please? Can we please update this? It's like, nah, it doesn't count. Whatever. I'm like, God!
Pain. Alright, I think that wraps it up for today, though. Thank you, everyone, for dropping by. Thank you, Chiggy and Yog, for joining today. It was lots of fun.
Yeah, no problem.
And let's see if there's anyone to raid. I think... Smitty, thank you for the head pats.
I got quite a few homies online now, if you need recommendations.
Right. We have... Scab is playing War Thunder, so we're going to go ahead and raid Scab.
War Thunder. Speaking of government secrets.
God.
Yeah. Bro, fix the turret ring. Leak an Abrams document, please.
I will could you imagine, like, I know there's a bunch of captured Abrams in Russia. Do you imagine, like, some Russian guy's like, dude, I have it right here. Please fix it.
Oh my God.
He goes to the studio. He's like, please, it's right here. Fix it.
That would mean American tanks would start getting treated better. And, you know, the Russian company can have that. Come on now.
I love the conspiracy theory that a T-72 took out an Abrams. I'm like, I want that video so bad.
It was definitely loitering munitions that hit the engine, and the crew was like...
All right, so thank you guys for joining. We might be back later with some more Thunder. So hopefully we'll see. Hi, Sammy. All right, bye-bye, everyone.
Train 4 are still operational. Like, the others have actually been all...
Bye-bye.